Let's do this.
Good delivery there. That had the batsman defending. Gone. Played all around that one, and the bowler was on target.
It's not the best of starts now, is it? Oh, it's just way too late on that shot.
Pakistan take a wicket in that over.
Came in a lot. Lengthwise, it wasn't bothering my stumps too much, but wow, that line came in a lot. That is very safe.
The keeper with the take.
Still not too worried about that.
Nicely bowled. Maiden over.
The bowler beating them all ends up.
Come on.
That makes the 5th for the innings. A wonderful bowling performance.
2 wickets left.
Plays that defensively. Good ball.
Before I took a break, I was playing the spin absolutely fine. Now I've just lost it,
Ends a
unfortunately.
really good over, taking a wicket and really slowing down the pace of the scoring.
The pace bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Where are my scoring options? Very much like to get Miller's 100, at least.
There's a chance if that hits.
It's fine.
Doesn't play that one well.
Just need to keep it up, that's all. That's all that needs to happen. It's turning up the sound just a tad.
End of the over, and again, it's a good one. Afridi has bowled well so far, returns to the attack.
He's edged closer and closer to a century.
No.
Some nice bowling in that one. Great timing. Races to the boundary for 4.
I'll take it.
Very nice throw back there. Good fielding.
No. Oh, yeah, take that one.
And finally gets off the mark.
Right there. Yep. That's too full and sent racing away to the boundary.
100 up.
Miller reaches 3 figures. This has been a steady performance.
Not bad. Now let's just try and make this last as long as possible.
Tries to drive that, but mistimes.
Oh, decently played. Well done, Nokir.
He plays that nicely, gets 2.
Too straight.
Misread that one, couldn't get the drive away.
I'll take it. I will take it. Probably could have got another run through that, but I don't want to risk it. Just fixing the sound of it, guys. It's a bit loud on YouTube. How's that? That looks a bit better.
The captain's wisely gone with the new ball. This side really needs to pick up wickets here. I imagine
Yeah,
the
new
captain will
ball.
want to take the new ball to try and knock off the rest of the lower order.
Just what I did.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Nicely ran there. They'll get 2.
Oh,
Perfect technique and placement.
Ends the over. Yep.
The batsman didn't know where that was going.
it's not as long as it's not out, it's okay.
Yep. Bowler. 2 runs added.
Keep that down, keep
After a
that down.
slow start, these two have really picked up the run rate. It's looking positive.
Thought I found the gap with a little bit more power there. Unfortunately not.
Good precision with a throw back from the deep.
Do something quick so it goes.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Right in mark. Couldn't ask for it better, really.
End of the over. A good one for the batting side.
Too close.
bowler beating them all ends up.
I really need to be playing at that length, to be honest.
Yep.
2 on, 2 on. Nope. No need to risk the 3.
Good work in the field there. After a poor start, these two have really got their eye in.
Shah has been bowling well here, comes back on from the north end.
Didn't need to play at that one. Wide.
Yep. Keeper.
Split decision there. The throw goes to the wrong end and the batsman will get back safely.
Yep.
Misread that one. Couldn't get the drive away.
No need to play that. Just leave it. Wasn't too confident leaving that one online.
Waiting.
Yeah, with that one, probably going over the stumps, but better safe than sorry. Not too worried about those taking an edge though.
That ends a tidy over.
Right there. Waiting.
Hi mate. Yeah, so for me, the match starts at 1 p.m., 1 in the afternoon today. It's currently 2 in the morning, but it is today. How you doing, mate? Hope you're doing well.
Yep.
I'm holding in there just. I lost 2 wickets to spin straight after coming back, but I've kind of settled back in again. Will I do the second test? Yeah, definitely.
Wait there.
I might do Sri Lanka, England, in between, just so I can have a little bit of time with different teams. So I might do a Sri Lanka England test after this, and then I'll do the second SA Pakistan test definitely.
End of the over, 1 run from it.
Who do you think I should play as, England or Sri Lanka, if I do a England-Sri Lanka test? Have you been watching the England test by any chance? Root's been doing really well. He's definitely upped his game since the last year or two, where he's been a little bit flat. England, yeah, okay. I'll play the next one as England. I'm looking at the score, and I know it's still about 130 runs off, but getting closer.
They'll be happy with that over.
Slowly getting closer. But I don't know. I don't know if I can do it with 2 wickets in hand. It's going to be difficult. No margin for error.
Right there. Right there.
Yeah, mate. Welcome. Same match. Still going on. Trying to eke out these last 130 runs, but it's not going to be easy. Definitely not going to be easy. Day 4, I think. Actually, it's been a fast test. I think it's still only day 4. Ooh, I played that shot way too
There's
early.
the over, and the score hasn't moved.
My heart. That was going straight into the stumps. No, definitely not. I'm not going for the draw here. I'm gonna try and get the runs. All the time in the world.
Well wide.
Just not all the wickets in the world, unfortunately. We'll see though. We'll see. I mean, to be fair, Miller had his T20 moment for a while. When I had a few more wickets in hand, I was scoring all over the park with Miller, but I've slowed down a bit now, just to be a little bit more careful. If Miller goes now, then I'm pretty screwed, aren't I? A little bit early on those shots. Let me know, guys, if the quality drops at all. I'm giving streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time I go, so I'm just making sure my connection can actually hold up. All good. Okay,
So it's
sweet.
time for a change up here. James is off to have a snack, and in his place, it's Mel Jones.
Hey Slats, good afternoon to you all.
It does sound like that, doesn't it? Those Australian accents. Well, I suppose she's not even. Is Mel Jones Australian? She is, isn't she? Yeah, she must be. Especially if she's saying slats.
Four runs there, super shot.
I was very late on that shot, but it worked out. Much needed runs. Not into the gap that time. Run, 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 run! Damn it!
That's quite a good over.
Oh, they moved that fielder. There wasn't a fielder there the ball before. Ooh, I gotta pay attention to those things. Really gotta pay attention to field movements. Yeah, the fielding radar's off. I find it a little bit better that way. Problem with having it on, you can just always line up your shots. Whereas, as you saw on that last ball, with it off, if you're not paying attention to movements, then you can screw yourself off very, very quickly. Screw yourself over, I should say.
Needs to bowl that again. It's a wide.
I'm looking forward to the test today. I hope South Africa can put up a good fight in Pakistan. It's been so long since we played there. None of the players know the conditions or anything like that, so it's going to be an interesting one. Oh, into the gap. That's the stuff. Just the third.
They get back for two.
Yeah, it is. It's a pity it's only a two-match series, but I'll take 2 matches in Pakistan over none. That's for sure. So excited to actually see cricket there instead of just playing them in the Oh!
Played all around that one, and the bowler was on target.
Just a little bit of loss of concentration there. A little bit early on the shot. Edge onto the stumps. That's unfortunate. Ooh, last wicket. How long have I been streaming for? Not a long time, only about 40 minutes. So, depending on how quickly this one wraps up, I'll start the England Sri Lanka test after this.
1 wicket falls in that over.
Really annoyed with myself about that. You had tickets? Nice. Unfortunate that you couldn't go. It's that'd be quite something to watch, I think.
Nice work behind the stumps.
You have to be so careful here. Never even seen much of the Pakistan stadiums, so I'm excited just for that, just to get to see the stadiums, see how they play, that kind of thing. It's all new information, really. I mean, anything new in cricket is exciting. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's the worst. And these days, airlines really suck when it comes
Good bowling there. Amazing.
to rescheduling flights. They'll let you do it if you're willing to pay up. You got to see the World Cup? Oh, nice. Lucky. Back when I was... I probably shouldn't be playing at that. Back when I was still in South Africa, I went to a couple of Pakistan-South Africa matches when they were played in Durban. I used to go and watch cricket at Kingsmead in Durban fairly regularly. Where am I now? I'm in Hong Kong now. Been here for 3 years. Yeah, man. It's a nice place to live. I mean, obviously it's had its issues in the last couple of years, but in general, it's a nice place to be. This is going to be slow going for a couple of overs. Really just want to be eating at balls on Ngidi.
Well bowled. That's a maiden over.
Try and score as little as possible with him. It's almost like they don't want me to score runs or something. Yeah, then have to come out and bat in the morning. Won't be easy either. They are 13 balls, 13 overs into the new ball, so. Ooh,
Oh, not able to connect there.
playing the wrong line on that one. But yeah, as I say, they are 13 overs into the new ball, so it is starting to deaden a little bit, luckily.
Swing and a miss.
It's an uncomfortable line. It's going over the stumps, but anything with pace off will be crashing into them stumps, so I can't leave that line at all. Or that length, I should say. I mean, I'll try. Somehow I feel like it's easier said than done, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Miller's still there. It all depends on Miller, really.
Well, that was another good over. Frustration will be growing for the batsman.
What is Miller's top test score? I'm actually curious. Check quickly. Let's pause this quickly. He's never played a test. I was so sure he has. His average is 36 in first class. So I mean, kind of makes sense that he hasn't played any tests. But I was sure that he had at least played some. What's his highest score? His highest score in first class cricket is 177. It's not bad. I'll take 177. Ooh, that was way too early.
Batsman didn't know where that was going.
Way too early. Let's minimize this game. There we go. He had a great debut for him. I mean, he's kind of unlucky to have not played any tests, to be honest. Yeah, don't go fishing. That's what I was doing. Yeah, first class high score of 177. It's not bad. I mean, he's a good cricket player. He's just ooh. I was fairly confident on that length, but pace off would have been another story. I would say back in the day, Miller would probably be behind Bavuma for the test squad for obvious reasons. But these days, I think even if Bavuma didn't play, there's probably younger players to play instead of Miller. As talented as he is, he's getting a little bit older. Yeah, Fafa's playing. He just didn't score very well. To be fair, none of my batsmen scored particularly well. But those two ducks at the top really hurt. You met him last year in Buff. Oh, nice, man.
Ends the over.
The last time I was flying out of SA back to Hong Kong, I saw Fuff and JP at the airport. I think they were going off to the IPL. I didn't say anything to them or anything like that, but I just saw them in the crowd. Biff is Graham Smith. It's his nickname. Don't want to know how he got that nickname, but that's his nickname. Olga's the best opener in the world. Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, he's not the most versatile of batsmen. He's definitely got his style of batting, and he sticks to it. But when he sticks to it, he's insanely good. And he's got the patience and tenacity that a lot of batsmen don't have for Test cricket.
Well played.
That's the spot. I was just waiting for that right line. I mean, even you say that too many great openers these days. Even in South Africa, we have a ton of openers sticking their hands up at the moment. Not a lot of middle order batsmen, but so many openers. All of the top batsmen in South Africa are openers right now. It's crazy.
Couldn't have played that any better.
Juicy. Favorite South African ever? Cullis, yeah. It's got to be Cullis. I mean, I will always make a strong argument for Cullis being the best Test cricket player, at least in history. I mean, you might have different ideals and different stats you look at, but in terms of all-round player, I'd say Cullis is the best player to ever play Test cricket. Bavuma and Ngidi.
Shah returning
Bavuma,
to
yeah,
the attack.
Bavuma, I really appreciate it. Like, he gets so much shit from the country and from people in general, and he does his best no matter what, and I really appreciate
Batsman
that from him.
defending that one. Nice delivery.
And then yeah, Ngidi, I actually went to school with Ngidi. He was a couple of years below me, but we went to the same high school. He's a genuinely nice guy, like one of those people that's just always smiling. And Markram, yeah, Markram's. I mean, Markram, yeah, he's so unlucky as well. He's probably the most talented batsman coming through right now, but SA Cricket put so much pressure on him so early on. They really
Off the
wanted
mark
him
with a
to
good
be
shot.
Graham Smith 2.0, and I think it was just a little bit too much too early. It got to his head. So hopefully with a little bit of pressure off and just time to bat, he can shine and show his true talent. Alan Donald or Sean Pollock? Well, I mean, Donald was a little bit before my time, so I'd probably be a little bit biased towards Pollock, just recency bias. But I mean, obviously, I know of Alan Donald's exploits, so it's hard to say, to be honest. Just put it this way: name a more iconic duo: South Africa and insanely talented all-rounders, insanely talented bowling all-rounders. Look at Mulder and Pretorius coming up now. Pretorius slightly older than Mulder, but still both really talented. And both have almost exactly the same numbers, averaging just under 40 with the bat and 27 with the ball. South African, thanks a lot. Really needed reminding of that. It's fine. We use all our World Cup luck for rugby. We give the cricket to other people and use our luck for rugby. Yeah, I hope AB plays in the World Cup. I think he will. If it happens sooner rather than later. I mean, if they delay it, then I'm not sure. If they delay it, he might not play. But if it ends up happening when it's supposed to, then I think he'll play. I think he wants to, at least. There's been rumblings about his return for so long now. And I think everyone would be happy to see him. South Africans would be happy. Other countries would be happy. I mean, maybe not to face him, but the supporters would be happy to see him. He's still a great crowd draw, so. Didn't Japan beat South African rugby? Yeah, in 2015 in the World Cup in England, Japan beat
quite a
South
good over
Africa
there.
in the group stages. South Africa still managed to get out of the group, but they did lose to Japan. But this last
Pakistan
World Cup,
are going to be happy with that session.
2019
getting
World
3
Cup,
wickets.
South Africa beat Japan. Let's start this all over again. There's a quite dark clouds in the sky. Wonder if there's any rain that's going to come. Stain was definitely one of the greatest. He got really unlucky at the end there with injuries and stuff. He deserved a better sending off, a better final few games. I mean, technically he's not officially retired. He's still available for selection, but I don't know if they'll be selecting him. Fortunately. never rains in Karachi.
Perfect technique and placement.
Wow, and Giddy with the 4. You would think that would be unlikely, but there we go. Okay. Ooh. South African players have cool names. Yeah. I mean, the South African players have such versatile names. It's really cool because obviously we've got the really African names, and then the Dutch names, and then you'll get your generic like John Smith, uh, English names. So we've got like
They'll
real
be happy with
diversity.
that
It's
over.
cool. And what do I think of Quinny?
A Freedy, the
I
left-arm fast
mean, I
bowler,
really
is
like the
coming
cock.
on to bowl from the south end.
He's definitely very free-willed. He plays to his own style. He doesn't. Ooh, yikes! He doesn't conform to any batting styles. He'll just go out there and play what he feels comfortable with, really. And I like that in a batsman. Obviously, he can have his moments of absolute howlers, but he's a really talented batsman. And there's not a lot of talented wicketkeeper batsmen going around. When you look at Sri Lanka, for example, they've got De Quella, who's okay with the bat, but he's not as consistent as you'd like. And a few countries are in the same situation. So to have a wicketkeeper that can generally perform well with the bat is very handy. How bad is the so-called variant? I mean, I'm not in South Africa, so I'm just giving like second-hand knowledge from family and stuff. But obviously, it seems like it's a lot more catchy. It's spreading a lot faster. But in terms of
Good precision with the throw
how
back from
deadly
the
it
deep.
is or anything like that, it's at the end of the day, South Africa doesn't have any vaccines yet either way. So the argument of whether or not vaccines will work for it is kind of mute because they don't have vaccines regardless. Obviously.
And that's the end of the over.
So either way, it's spreading faster than it should be, and more people are getting sick than they should be. But whether we had the new variant or not, it would be happening because the government were too slow in organizing vaccines and that kind of thing. So I think the soonest South Africa will get vaccines is in a month or two's time, and even then it won't be a lot. So it's not an ideal situation. Ooh, keep it down. Tigrella chats so much. Yeah, I mean it's good. You want that from your keeper. If you can psych out the batsman, if you can keep up the energy, then you're doing your job as a keeper. Where am I if not in South Africa? I'm in Hong Kong at the moment. I've been living in Hong Kong for the last 3 years now. Oh yeah, man. I remember that very well. That was both both very bad and very funny.
Well bowled. That's a maiden over.
I mean, I understand that there's cultural differences and like some things that are okay to say in your country won't be okay to say in other countries. But I have to say, going to South Africa and being specifically racist to black people is probably not the cleverest thing to do. It's about the last place on earth you want to be doing that. But I think he learned his lesson very quickly. Well kept out. 98 runs. 98 runs. How shocked with Oscar Pistorius. Oh yeah, man. The thing is, like, he was never known as the nicest of people. Anyone who knew him or interacted with him kind of knew that he was a bit of a hothead, like a bit of an arrogant arsehole. And
2 runs off
he
that
definitely
delivery.
had a habit of carrying guns around and pulling out guns when he shouldn't have been. Him and Hogart, the ex-Bulls rugby player, the scrum half, were good friends. And yeah, apparently they were not the nicest guys to interact with and stuff. But just to say it wasn't a shock that something like that happened would be dishonest, because obviously that's a huge shock. But if it was going to happen to any sports person in South Africa, you would think it would be someone like him. It's unfortunate though to be someone
That's quite a
with
good over.
disabilities like that, who then goes on to perform at a level much higher than you should be able to, and genuinely inspire people, like go out and do something that most people could barely dream of, and like actually be able to inspire people, and to take that opportunity and throw it in the dustbin.
The fielder cuts that one off well.
It's a real waste. Have you guys watched that new documentary on Tiger Woods? Looks really interesting. It's another sportsman. I mean, he's managed to fix his image at least, but another sportsman who had so much and really threw it in the bin for a while. And as I say, at least he's been able to somewhat manage his image and sort it out. I think it's just called Tiger, if I'm not
That's a
mistaken.
great stroke.
I've seen the trailer for it, but I haven't watched it yet. Gonna give it a watch soon. It looks really interesting. Ooh, that was a beautiful shot. Have I done much research into Hansi? I mean, not research per se, but obviously it all happened when I was quite young. And then
Step
there was
hard
the
and
movie that
fast.
came out and that kind of thing. So I mean, I'd say I know a fair amount about it. I've always followed cricket quite closely, so I know a fair amount about the situation. And it's another one of those unfortunate situations, but I never want to be caught condoning actions like that, but you have to understand that, especially back then.
Oh, yes! Holds on to that under huge pressure. They've done it.
Oh, what a crap shot! Damn it! I was doing so well. Okay, ignore that. I definitely lost. I'd never saved it early on, so I had to remake it as a scenario. Oh, that's frustrating. I got so close. 86 runs. 86 runs in the end. If I hadn't lost my two openers so easily, it would have been a little different, I think. But that was a decent 135 by Miller, 246 balls. I'll take it. Now, let me just finish what I was saying about Hansi. So yeah, I mean, with how little, especially back then, South African cricket players got played, it was got paid. Sorry, it was kind of inevitable. So I'm not defending it, but I'm just saying it was inevitable. Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything else. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to pick up the win there, but it is what it is. The reason why it was a scenario is because after I think day 3, or after my third stream, I never saved it properly, so I missed out on the whole portion of the stream, unfortunately, or I lost the whole portion of the stream. But instead of replaying it, I just went and made it in scenario because that was easier. Now I'm gonna play one of the South Africa Sri Lanka tests. I'm just gonna have to sort out the teams. So, not South Africa, Sri Lanka, England, Sri Lanka, I should say. Let's get England going. Oops. Sri Lanka. I just need to make sure I get these sides selected correctly. Cheers, mate. Thanks for stopping in. I'll definitely see you at the next one. But yeah, if for anyone who wants to stick around, I'm gonna start an England Sri Lanka test. I'm just pulling up the teams quickly so I can get these team sheets spot on. Go. Okay. Edit all lineups. Now, Burns definitely wasn't playing. It was Crawley in for Burns. It's down here. So Crawley, Sibley, Besto route. Ollie Pope out for Dan Lawrence. Butler Curran. Which Curran? Sam Curran. So I don't know if you guys know this, but both the Curran brothers, Sam and Tom, and Lungi and Gidi, all went to the same high school for a while. The same high school as me. But yeah, they were all in the same team at one point. So Butler, Curran, and we've got Bess. Stopping blind. Bess, Wood. Out at the bottom. Beach and Anderson. That's about right. And then we have Tiramane. Herrera. Ushada Fernando. All of the Fernandos. He was in for Mendes, wasn't he? Yeah. Hey mate, welcome to the stream. What's that in Natal? I'm from Natal. Yeah, yeah. They it was Hilton College. I'm guessing you're responding to the school. Yeah, they all went to Hilton College for a time period at least. I know the Curran brothers weren't there for a long time, but I think they were each there for a year and a bit. Okay, Fernando Matthews. Chandamal Dequila. Let's go to the squad. I do not. How do you pronounce that? One. I'm not even gonna try. One Gamuni or something like that. But I don't have him in the squad, unfortunately. By the looks of it. Guessing he was debutant or new to the side. Out for naught, 7 balls. So I'm gonna assume debutant. Who are we gonna put in there instead of him though? Just leave this guy in, I suppose. Shanaka. Then Pereira and Lakmal. Lakmal. Embaldinha. Embaldinha is one of my favorite Sri Lankan players. I don't know why, but I think it's because he played in that series where Sri Lanka beat South Africa. So I just kind of like the guy now. And another Fernando. Yeah. Peterson went to what's it called, Maritzburg College. So he never went to Hilton College. He went to Pietermaritzburg College. Okay. So yeah, that's more or less the side. Now, where were they playing that? Sure. Oh, is that goal? Okay. Definitely got goal here. There we go. What do we think for the pitch and goal? It was, let's say, a bit dusty and it's a bit grassy and a bit dry, grassy and dusty. I didn't watch too much of the test, but it looked grassy, dusty to me. The medium. I'm 26. And how about you? I'm gonna assume by the 1986 that you do some quick maths here. That'd be 35, maybe. And clouds, random, which cracks. Let's go light. Pitch age. Okay, it all looks good to me. Any objections with going grassy, dusty? I'm fairly sure that's how the pitch was playing in the test. How's the weather looking? 2 sunny days, 2 cloudy days. Doesn't look like any rain. I'll take it. Yeah, I went to school with Sebastian. He's a nice guy. His family are great. His family and my family used to get on fairly well. I mean, him and I weren't the closest of friends, but he was a genuinely nice guy. I was quite fortunate, I'd say, with the number of now professional sports people I went to school with, because obviously the Curran brothers and Gidi were there a couple of years below me. Junior school I went to Merkiston in Pietermaritzburg, so I was at school with Daniel and Jesse Creel for a few years there. They ended up going to Pietermaritzburg College as well. So I didn't stay with them in high school, but I was with them for a few years in junior school. Then obviously um, Negri went on to play professionally. A few other players from Hilton did go on to play professionally, but most didn't last, unfortunately. Okay, now let's get this started. I'm just gonna end the stream and restart it quickly, just so I have a nice cut. But I will be back, so don't go anywhere, guys.